All right, Alamo Bowl. This is the final game on Wednesday, December 29th. Oregon and Oklahoma. This is in Pub Sports Radio territory here. San Antonio, Texas, Alamo Dome, of course. We've got Oklahoma 4.5-point favorites in this game, 61 and a half the total in this one. It's another interesting matchup. Pretty good. And you would think Oregon, Oklahoma, I think this has been a playoff matchup in recent years, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And what a weird situation here we've got. I mean, obviously Mario Cristobal leaving Oregon, going to Miami, getting the job there. And then you've got the defensive coordinator at Oregon, Tim DeRuyter, taking the head coaching or taking the defensive coordinator position rather at Texas Tech. The offensive coordinator of Oregon, Joe Moorhead, apparently planning to coach this bowl game before he takes the head coaching job at Akron, where Joe Moorhead was hired there. I mean, this coaching staff is just totally all over the place.
Yeah.
That's a situation for me, Oregon, and look, Oregon, I was freaking flat out disappointed with what they did in the rematch against Utah in the Pac-12 championship game. Brutal. I mean, not any bit better in that Pac-12 championship game. I don't think I could get behind Oregon. I don't care that they're getting 4.5, 5 here in this game. And you look at it from an Oregon standpoint, Kayvon Thibodeau's already said the star defensive end is not going to play in this game, opting out to declare for the NFL draft. Or to prepare, I should say, for the NFL draft. There's a couple of D linemen for Oklahoma that aren't going to play. The starting right tackle for Oregon's also going to be out, not playing this game. There's also been a key cornerback for Oregon that's gone in the transfer portal. And so there's just all kinds of news going back and forth here in terms of the staff here. With Oregon, of course, and now, of course, for Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley gone to USC, they've got their own coaching staff situation. So much so that a guy that's not even going to be he's basically a one-off emergency coach for Oklahoma for this bowl game. The old legend Bob Stoops, big game Bob, stepping in a pinch to all of a sudden come to Oklahoma, coach this bowl game, and then step aside when Brent Venables takes over. Of course, what a freaking weird situation. Have you ever seen this? It's like an emergency coach. That's essentially what it is, or a fill-in emergency. It's like pinch hit coach right here. We need someone to pinch hit. Lincoln Riley's gone. Venables isn't going to be ready to coach the bowl game just yet, and he's got to still focus, I think, on coaching. Or I don't know if it probably won't coach the Clemson game, but nevertheless, they're going to just give Stoops this game as the interim coach. Weird situation all around, man. It really, really is. Who is going to be the quarterback for this game? It's Rattler or Williams. You'd think it's going to be Williams, but and Williams is going to come back, so it's not like there's going to be an opt-out situation for any NFL draft for him. So, you got to believe at this point in time there's probably a better case to be made for Oklahoma than Oregon in this game, but there's still enough question marks with Oklahoma and who's going to be on the field and what their situation is that I'd rather just lean Oklahoma now and see what I find out more with the Sooners situation. I know the Oregon situation is unbackable. It's a team that flatlined down the stretch. It's a team that's got everybody a mass exodus, guys opting out, guys going in the transfer portal, coaching staff completely out of there from this past season. There's no freaking way I bet Oregon in this game. There's no way. It's a question of, will I get there with Oklahoma? That's the big question. I lean that way, but I'm going to wait to see if I hear more from their side of things before this game kicks off. What do you think, Conor?
Yeah, I think Williams will play. I think Rattler's going to be out of there. I think he's going to transfer. There's no way I think he hangs around at Oklahoma.
Yeah, he did announce, I think he transferred already.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, a few days ago. I thought I saw that. Bob Stoops coming in. It's just weird. I just don't like laying points with Oklahoma. You know me. It's just something I won't do. And then if they have their own issues with transfer, this is a game I don't want to back. You know what I look to? This total's dropped a few points, a point. When I think these two schools, I think over. Are they really going to give a shit, on defense? Oregon's still fast. They still have enough athletes, both schools. I just can't lay it with Oklahoma, even with all the Oregon. And I've been a fade Oregon all year. I really haven't backed them at all. I think they've been overvalued. Early on, they had the big win against Ohio State. I think they were, too high there, and it showed. And the quarterback position, they can't throw it. They run it. I just pass. Give me the over. Get me off this game.
It's just like Cristobal's gone. The DC's gone. You've got Brian McClendon taking over in the interim role. They've already hired Dan Lanning the Georgia defensive coordinator as the full-time head coach starting next season, which I think is, well, Georgia's defense obviously goes well, at least when they don't play Alabama. The Georgia defense is phenomenal
Yeah.
this year. But so Dan Lanning was a nice hire for probably for Oregon, but nevertheless, just an absolute. Your head and your mind is just scrambling thinking about the Oregon coaching situation. It's absolutely a shit show going into this bowl game, and now the players opting out. So yeah, Oklahoma, if they're even mildly interested, maybe with Bob Stoops down back on the sideline. Hey, Bob's coming in for one game. Let's win this Alamo Bowl here. Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Oklahoma or pass for me. I'll tell you that right now.